Where Two Ways Met by Ray Lindsey. I stood one day where two ways met, mid-life's mad, aimless whirl, a misfit in the sheepfold, a misfit in the world. While lost in thought amid the throngs, my soul burst forth in tears as I relived the bitter past of sad and wasted years. I saw again the nail-scarred hand that beckoned me one day to leave the crowd and follow him along the blood-bought way. 'Twas not enough alone to say the look, the passion plea would haunt me through the coming years while wandering aimlessly. I wondered if I'd ever know why Satan won the fight and led me through the ruthless woes of sin's dark, dismal night. Torn from the ones I cherished, loved for long ensuing years, left scars on hearts no eye could see and pillows coursed by tears. I saw a faithful, loving wife, impoverished, lonely, sad. I seemed to hear the tiny pleas, "Lord, give us back our dad." What love they shared my bitter cup that sin filled to the brim. Their prayers disturbed night's stillest hour, that I'd return to him. They knew that I deferred the day to walk in that blessed name, that I might heap to my reserve a fortune and some fame. But year by year they sadly watched my purpose in retreat, and saw me bid a long farewell to all but sad defeat. Contrast these two, the zealot went out, without having ever been sent. The unyielding one, soul bursting with grief, was called, but yet never went. Then on and on through anguished years, each day brought more regret, that I chose not the priceless call back there where two ways met. Then more and more I realized the joy that I had sold could not be bought with earthly fare if I owned all the gold. I'd set adrift the wealth, the fame, to glimpse the silhouette of him who came to call for me back there where two ways met. In vain I sought among the saints for one who'd understand and with compassion take me back to him with nail-scarred hand. Then heavy heart, defeat, remorse each time would drive me back to buy the flask, to drown the pain with those across the track. To hear them talk was but to find their story much the same. They once had known the joy within and walked in Jesus' name. But while just lambs within the fold, some shepherd failed each one to teach them that the victory's kept the same way that it's won. With prayerless life the foe steals through the strongest fortressed mind, then with a subjugating blow subdues the languid kind. The fateful pen of circumstance inscribes and signs their doom. Their circles shrink from boundless fields to a bar, a darkened room. They toil to gain the silver piece that fills the tender's till, as though they love the cruel chains that broke and bound their will. Satan stole their cup of joy, their song, their mirthful laugh. On faces blank as gravestones he writes their epitaph. Life now to them is but a gap between a rueful birth, till demons from the chasm deep shall usher them from earth. Their sorrows deepen with the dusk and linger on till dawn. Their haunting cries disturb the night, travailing for their own. A blackened cold horizon, my bits of blue sky gone, pushing through the crowded ways, yet ever so alone. The ones who'd proudly called me friend in the better days I'd known would leave a hurt as they passed by, known but to him alone. In darkened room that night I cried, "Lord, I can stand no more," and wept till interrupted by a knock upon my door. I rose to bid him enter and found with no regret the gentle, loving, thorn-crowned one again where two ways met. No words to paint the beauty of this transport of delight. 10,000 years I'd gladly toil for one more equal sight. The pain of all the wandering years wrought by my stubborn will bled as he raised the nail-scarred hand and whispered, "Peace, be still." "Fear not," said he, "I've heard your cries. I've shared your load of care. 'Twas with a price I bought thee, child. Your secrets are laid bare. For I alone could know your pain when darkness closed thee in, when deep remorse would take its stand to recompense thy sin. But from this hour I send thee forth to those across the track. They too are mine, you know the way. Now, child, you bring them back. Tell them of love that knows no bounds, of one who bore their shame, of how I wore the crown of thorns that they might wear my name. From burnished pews they'll never hear the story, old but true. 'Tis but from those plucked from the fire, the ones that's been there too. Through tears I saw the flames of those, their doom the fire beyond. But lo, appeared the cross between, the work that love had done. In golden approbation for the blessed work he'd begun, my soul longed for 10,000 tongues to praise this matchless one. From all the spoils of life and fame, I'd beat a fast retreat for just a place of sweet recluse to sit low at his feet. Beyond the fondest hopes of men who said 'twill never be, beyond a mother's dreams and prayers, my Lord has taken me. A vessel stained and broken, with not a slight appeal, now radiates a work of love wrought on the potter's wheel. I would not trade an hour's walk with this meek Nazarene for earth's vain recognition and all men's high esteem. For in that hour he called my name, this blessed one from above. I saw the gall of bitterness concede the fight to love. No more I see the damning flask, the stench of rum is gone. But this one solemn charge remains, from here you carry on. I looked once more to see my Lord from where those two ways met. I saw him not, but up ahead stood Calvary's silhouette.